everybody, it's Renée Yvonne, the Gen Sexologist, and welcome back. It's still May, which means it's masturbation month, and I'm excited this week to talk about the benefits of masturbation for women. The great thing about this topic is that it's so important and it's not talked about enough. I think when you are a man or someone who's born with a penis, masturbation seems almost natural and sometimes it's encouraged. It's just thought it was like, oh, it's just what guys do. But because our genitalia is internal and we're often thought to think of it as being like gross and nasty and smelly and fishy, we may not explore our genitals as much as people with penises do. So I think this is a really important topic to discuss. So for some of you may remember from one of my previous episodes, I talked about how I went to Catholic school. And in Catholic school, you learn a lot of really incorrect information about sex, to name a few. So one of the things that I learned was that if you masturbate, you will go blind. There was also the one about hairy palms if you masturbate. And I just thought, that makes no sense. Like, that's not even scientific. And so I remember going home, testing it out, like, I can still see. So obviously that's not true. But what I did realize is that it's a way for you to get in touch with your body and to figure out what feels good. And so for women, it's really important that we spend time masturbating and seeing it as an act of self-care, not just something to do or, that it's wrong or bad or shameful, that it's something that actually helps us to be better for ourselves, but also better partners for the people that we're partnered with. So let's get started. Number one of the benefits of masturbation is what I just mentioned, and that is it helps you to get in touch with your body. It helps you to understand who you are, what you like, what feels good to you, what doesn't feel good to you. And this is a great way to figure this out because then you have the opportunity to share that with any person that you're going to be intimate with. So you know what feels good to you. You know if you like a certain amount of pressure, a certain speed, a certain temperature, if you like a toy, if you like a hand, if you like a light touch, a feather touch, a stronger touch. You know those things and you can convey that to your partner a lot better if you understand how your own body works. So that's the number one thing, is that it helps you get in touch with your body. That is the main benefit, in my opinion, for women masturbating. Number two, it can help with insomnia. So I don't know if you've ever just had a night when you just woke up for no particular reason, especially at our age. You get up, you go to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden you can't get back to sleep. And you watch the clock and it's 3:15, it's 3:45, it's 4:10. By the time you actually fall asleep, the alarm is going off. That's like the most frustrating evening ever, right? But one of the things you can do is masturbate. Masturbation releases oxytocin, releases endorphins. It helps to produce those hormones, which then relaxes you and puts you to sleep. So the next time you're having a night where you just can't get to sleep, try masturbation. Number three, it can help increase blood flow and counteract some of the effects of menopause. So one of the things that happens to us as we get older is that blood flow is not just churning like it used to when we were in our 20s and 30s. Not necessarily. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. And as you go through menopause, your hormone levels can decrease, which leads to vaginal dryness. But if you are masturbating, you can keep everything lubricated. It helps those hormones to stay up. It helps to keep the vaginal area juicy and moist. And that's what you want instead of a dry, tight vagina. Number four, it can help to relieve menstrual cramps. So if you're in the camp like me, you're a Gen Xer, but you're still having periods every month, and you don't know why, like I don't know why that's still happening. This is an opportunity to help relieve those menstrual cramps, because I found that as I got older, I was having menstrual cramps and I'm just like, what is going on? Why? First of all, why do I still have a period? But secondly, why am I now having cramps like a teenager? And so masturbating is one way that can help relieve those menstrual cramps. When you have an orgasm, it's from masturbation or from sex in general, it releases hormones that act like an analgesic. And so it helps to reduce that pain that you can get from menstrual cramps, and it helps to slow those cramps down, which helps you to then feel better. Last but not least, masturbation helps you to build confidence because when you know your body and you know what you like and what you want, you feel more confident in that body, regardless of the size of that body, regardless of how that body looks. If you know how to pleasure that body and you know how to convey that to someone else, it just makes you feel better. You're like, I know what I like, I know what I want, and I'm not just kind of letting this person fumble around and figure it out. I know how to say, I like you to touch me here. I want you to touch me there. I like this amount of speed or pressure. And it gives you the confidence to say that because you know that those things work for you. So now that you have these 5 tips on masturbation and the benefits of it, I hope that you'll think about these and start to masturbate more, to think about like, hey, this is a great way for me to get to know myself. It's an act of self-care. I can build my confidence. It'll put me to sleep at night. Also, just as an extra tip, just for the ladies, take some time when you get a chance to look up something called sex magic. And sex magic is about masturbating and manifesting. And I'm going to do something completely different on that because it's too much to get into here. But the next time you're masturbating, think about something that you really want to manifest in your life. It could be a partner, it could be a new business venture, it could be money. And put that energy towards that. There's so much energy and there's so much power within us that we don't realize and we're not utilizing. And it can be brought up through this means. So keep following me to learn more about that. But I wanted to throw that out there because I think a lot of people don't know about it and we don't realize how much wonderful, juicy energy we have within us that we're not using. So there you go. Masturbate, benefits. This is incredible stuff. And make sure you spend some time doing that and getting to know your body this month. Next week is the last week of May, and I'm going to be talking that week about toys for women that they can use and to help masturbation. And I think you're going to love some of these toys. Lots of them are fun. You can use them in solo play. You can use them with a partner. But most of all, just use them because they're fun. I'll see you next week. I'm Renée Yvonne, the Gen Sexologist, and you can find out more about me at thegensexologist.com and check out my podcast on Sundays at 10, the Gen Sexy Podcast. See you next week. Bye.